Hello all. Hello. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie. I am the Introverted Reader. Today's video, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be doing a movie review for you today because I watched the movie maybe about, when was it, on Thursday? Like Wednesday, Thursday, and it was Pixar's newest movie that they came out with, Elemental. Now, I'm sure all you Disney fans would have heard of it. And I watched it the other day and I want to talk about it. So cheers, let's hydrate. I'll not keep you as long. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about it for a bit because I thoroughly enjoyed this film. Come a bit closer. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Okay, so it's basically set in this world called Elemental City. And we follow this little fire girl, Amber, and her parents. And they live in Firetown. They are fire people. And her dad and her mom immigrated there while her mom was pregnant with her. And, you know, they built this shop. And, you know, they built their whole lives in this place. And her whole life, Amber was basically gearing up to take over the shop after her dad retired. And, you know, the years go by, she gets older, her dad gets older, and time again, people ask him, when are you going to be retiring? Like, you should have retired by now. Like, get your, you know, hang up your apron and, you know, let your daughter take over. And he would just smile and be all like, oh, well, when she's ready, when she's ready. And, you know, Amber really wants to, like, take over because, you know, she says over and over again how much her dad sacrificed for her. And, you know, she really wants to make him proud. But then one day, an accident happens in the shop and their basement ends up flooding. And that is where we meet Wade. Wade is the other main character in this movie, and he is a water guy. He's a water person. And he basically works for the city, and then he finds out that Amber's father's shop is kind of breaking a lot of codes, you know, and he has to write up several citations. He's not happy about it, but you know, he has to do what he has to do. And then in the end, they strike a deal. So Amber is basically like, listen, there shouldn't be water coming into Firetown anyway. Like, this leak shouldn't have happened. And they both agree it's a bit of a suspicious sort of situation. So it's basically like, we'll find out what happens with this leak. And if we're able to get it fixed up, then we'll forget about your dad's, we'll forget about the citations and we won't close down your dad's shop. So they both agree to that. And, you know, let me tell you something. This story is so sweet and it really got me straight in my feelings. Like, damn you, Pixar! Like, why? Like, Pixar have just been coming out with all of these great movies that, you know, just stab you right in the heart and you're sitting there crying. Like, whether it's over a toy robot or, you know, a magical house and a candle, or, you know, a fire girl trying to save her dad's, you know, her dad's business. But, like, there's so many amazing themes going through this movie, you know, like family and how important your family is. And, you know, we have to recognize a lot of the sacrifices that our parents make for us our whole lives. And I have the window open, so if you can hear outside noises, ignore that. But anyways, you know, we have to, you know, you know, I'm a Christian. I was brought up in a Christian home, so, like, honor your mother and father and all that. You know, and as well, it also highlights the fact that, yes, you should, you know, respect your parents and everything they do for you, but at the same time, their dreams aren't yours. You know, oh, I got lipstick on my teeth. I'm trying to be serious. You know, their dreams aren't yours, and what you want to do is equally as important. Like, you don't have to follow in what your parents did simply because you feel it's what you have to do. Like, what you want to do is just as important, and your dreams are just as important, you know. because, you know, Ember is so selfless throughout the whole thing. Like, she thinks that having her own dreams is selfish, and she breaks down a lot of times because of it, and, you know, her temper flares up. And one thing that Wade says to her just like stuck with me, and he said, maybe your temper flaring up is you trying to tell yourself something, you know, like your inner self trying to tell you this isn't what you're meant to be doing, you know, like you need to listen to your inner self and all this. And it's just, it's so well done. Like, I mean, the animation in this is so well done, and throughout the whole thing you just want to, like, there were some times when I wanted to shake Amber and just be like, will you just tell your dad the truth? But then at the same time, I'll never understand the situation that she's in, you know, and it's just like, unless you've been in that situation yourself, only you'll understand. I'll never understand. But, you know, and she was just such a great character all the way through. And like Wade, let's talk about Wade for a second. The romance between Ember and Wade in this movie was so sweet and so wholesome. And, you know, it's just, you know, this whole thing, you know, because he's water and she's fire, kind of like a star-crossed lovers thing going on. And, you know, there's 1,001 reasons why it shouldn't work, but then it's just, but they complete each other, and it's just so endearing and so sweet. And like, I love this movie. I love this movie so much. I did not know what to expect of it. I remember, I think they had it on the plane whenever, you know, the long flight that I was on, you know, from, you know, to Florida and back. I think they had it on their entertainment section, and I remember opening my eyes and seeing my sister watching it, but I think I just fell asleep again. But I had it in my mind to watch this movie anyway, and I did, and it's so lovely. It's just a lovely, cute movie about following your dreams and, you know, acknowledging the fact that your dreams are yours and they're just as valid. And, you know, like, you shouldn't, like, putting all of these burdens on yourself is only going to, you know, you know, having all these burdens on yourself, it only burns you out. No pun intended. But it would just burn you out, and there's just no, and it's just, I'm just rambling now, but this movie is wonderful. And if you're a Disney Pixar fan and you haven't watched it, highly recommend you do. Also as well, a YouTube channel that I am obsessed with called Cinema Therapy did a video about this movie, and I highly recommend that you go watch it. It's like two guys, one's a filmmaker and the other one is a licensed therapist, and they talk about movies and stuff, and it's just, so yeah, go watch Cinema Therapy's video about this if you haven't looked them up already. So that is me. That is my review for Elemental. I would give it a good solid 9. Well, would I give it a 10? Do you know what? I'm not even going to rate it. I'm not even going to bother rating it. It's wonderful. It's great. If you haven't watched it yet, go on to Disney Plus and watch it, or go get the DVD or the Blu-ray. If it's out already, go get it and watch it. So yeah, that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. All my socials are down below as always: Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Feel free to subscribe if you are new here. I would love to get to 300 subscribers. I'm at 283 right now, but I would love to get to 300. So that would be lovely. So yeah, I'll see yous on Tuesday for my next video. Bye!